Hey guys, how's it going? This is Chris with CLS Paranormal, and in this video I am going to be showing you our paranormal investigation of the Four Peaks Brewery in Tempe, Arizona. This was a really fun investigation and there was a lot of good evidence that we captured, so I feel like I'm going to have to break this up into maybe a 2 or 3 part video. With the amount of evidence that we captured through the spirit box and the Ovilus and other devices that we used, it seems like it's necessary to do a 2 or 3 part video. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Remember to please like and subscribe, and if you want to get a hold of us or maybe join us on our next investigation, you can reach out to us at clsparanormal@gmail.com, or feel free to message us on any of our social medias. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Chris with CLS Paranormal. We are here at the Four Peaks Brewery in Tempe, Arizona. We are doing an investigation here tonight. This is really close to home, so this is an exciting investigation for us, only 20 minutes away. So we are joined here tonight by Carter Nackey, who is going to be our tour guide tonight.
How's it going, guys? How's it going? So yeah, we're excited to welcome you guys, man. Really stoked. We've done a lot of investigations this year, had a lot of fun stuff happen, so we're going to see what's going to happen here tonight. I did want to get a little history of the building, though. So it's built in 1892. It's the 4th oldest commercial building here in the city of Tempe. It started out its life as a creamery and ice house. Was that all the way until the 1960s when it shut down. A lot of people came and went over the years. Four Peaks moved in 1995, opening in 1996. Ever since then, though, lots of spooky stuff going on.
Okay, so we are now inside of the brewery. We're going to go over all the hot spots and some of the paranormal activity that happens in here. So, enjoy.
Sounds good. So yeah, this is kind of a calmer area for us, as you guys will learn kind of throughout the night here. But it's kind of fun because this is an area we actually have a lot of paranormal activity reported by guests who are coming into the restaurant, which is pretty cool. So we'll have people ask us, hey, it's like 11:30 on a Saturday night. Why in the world am I hearing someone working in the brewery right now? I'm sure the brewers want to go home. We're like, yeah, they went home. All right, so now that pump's turned off, we'll head back this way a little bit further into the brewery. Things do get spookier as we go, though, which is always a good time. The next spot's right about here. Outside of this big rolling door right here, there's an old train line that runs out there. History of it's pretty interesting. Basically, it's a way to move ice, dairy product out of the city back in the day. It was closed down in the 50s, but in May of 1898, we actually had a fatal train crash happen just outside of the door here. 3 men were on a wagon crossing the tracks. Basically what happened is the train smashed into the wagon and threw all 3 men from it. 2 of them were actually killed pretty grotesquely. One had his head caved in, the other one was ripped in half. And our brewer's office is right here, so they're over here, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, working. It's nice and quiet here in the building. The staff hasn't shown up for the restaurant yet. And from what they tell us, they'll hear the sound of a train rolling outside on some mornings. And they'll also hear, very rarely, but it does happen, the sounds of the screams of the men being thrown from the wagon as they go to their deaths. Okay. Which is apparently very loud and quite jarring. So we'll see what happens tonight. But we gotta make our way further back here. So this is kind of one of our biggest hot spots in the brewery, is this kind of area that we're in right now. So this big pool you can see behind me over here, this is actually how we met our most well-known spirit. His name is Victor. He's the old creamery manager here. Basically, to sum up the story, our head and founding brewer was in here one night, about 6 months before we opened, digging down into the ground, making sure the trench work looks all good for the beer lines that run up to the main bar. Climbs out of the trench, and all of a sudden there's an old man standing right next to him. They had a brief conversation where the old man said he almost died where our cooler was. He fell into he was in this big vat. They turned on this big plated mixer that was inside that was used to make cottage cheese, basically. Thing is, though, there was no one to hit that button. So he said, I dove to the bottom of the tank. I lay there for hours screaming for someone to turn the blades off, and they whipped just inches from my nose. I'm like, whoa, that's a crazy story. After that story happens, brewer looks up at the cooler again, turns out the old man, stereotypical, but he's gone. A couple months later, they actually figured out his name was Victor Vogel. He was a creamery manager here in the 30s and the 40s. Lived a long, full, happy life and died here in the city of Tempe in 1972. Andy talked to him in 1995, right where the orange vest is today. We still see Victor here all the time. We have a picture of him around the corner if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it.
So I'll take you guys over there after his family provided it. So we met his family, the nicest people in the world. They're super great. But we've seen him walking through the tanks at night. We've seen him walking past these saloon doors over here. We've seen him walking around this corner. We've seen him walking all over the back. Our thought is that he is a good spirit. His family feels comfortable that he's here. He loved working here. Safety was a big concern to him. He was basically what we would call a GM or like supervisor today. So he was always in here making sure everything was safe and running accordingly. He's the good one. Okay. We'll talk about a mean one here in a little bit.
You say good one. Sorry.
He's the good one. Yeah, we think so. So okay. When we get further back, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's take you around. I'll show you a picture of Victor really quick, and we'll kind of talk about some more hotspots.
All right, we're after the bad ones.
We'll find them. Don't worry. One step up right here, guys. And then step down right here. Back up here to the restaurant really quick. So this right here is Victor. We put up this plaque in his honor about a year and a half ago now. We did a whole history project into the building, so there are several of these around, but he is our most well-known spirit. He's the one we have a picture of. He's the one we have direct contact with the family of as well, which is really cool. They'll come by all the time. Hey, you know, have you seen him lately? Here's some pictures of him. We have all sorts of really cool stuff thanks to his family. So we wanted to put this up here as kind of like a shout out to him. People love to read it, and we give us an excuse to tell some of our other cool stories because we got a lot. So let's head further back into the back, into the darkness again, and it'll get creepier.
So right here, if you are interested in reading this, we have screenshotted a photo of this to the video, so you can pause it and read this if you would like.
Are you ready? Sweet. Let's head further into the back, y'all. So watch the chairs and tables and all that. Now step up again. Step down here again. Step down coming in here as well. Ooh, yeah, things are already kind of turned up a little bit. You just kind of feel it. Things changing in the back. All right, so this is the old barrel room. It's one of two barrel aging rooms we have here at Four Peaks Brewing Company. This is a room in which we've seen a little girl a lot. We don't know a lot about that spirit. We've seen her she just tends to stand in the corners, and she only makes herself known to seeming people that she likes or wants to show herself to. When the Ghost Adventures guys were here, they thought that it might be a spirit behaving as a little girl and displaying as a little girl, but we're not 100% sure. We've done research. I can't find anything about her existing. But this area that we're standing on right now has been inhabited since about 840 AD by indigenous peoples. So it's hard to say what of their history could be affected the land that we're standing on compared to, when newspapers were coming out in this area, particularly about the early 1880s or so. So there was about 1,000 years of history that I haven't been able to figure out quite yet. So who really knows? I just saw you look, you see it.
Yeah, I thought I saw something.
Yeah, welcome to the barrel room. So yeah, she does like to lurk in the corners of the room. Is kind of lurk, I guess, is kind of an extreme word, but she doesn't kind of stand in the corners. So if you see her, welcome to Four Peaks, it happens. Another person we see in this room, only seen about 3 or 4 times though, is an 8-foot tall gray man. We first met him right after we opened. Someone came inside the room. It's hard to tell if you're watching YouTube right now. But this room's a lot more temperate. It's a little quieter in here. So this room and the room next door uses cold storage by the creamery. So the walls are really thick, very well insulated.
I definitely just heard something back there.
Yeah,
did you?
Me too.
I definitely just heard something back there. Yeah, it sounded like feet going.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happens a lot. Good. Okay.
I definitely heard something back
there.
Great.
Sure. Awesome. I'm just gonna keep looking at you. So the great man. Someone walked inside this room during an August monsoon night. It was really humid. It was it's hot, gross, humid outside. They come in this room, it's freezing cold, which is weird because this room did not have air conditioning at that point in time. So she's up actually right where Isaiah, the cameraman, is standing right now, was our liquor cabinet. She opens up, gets a bottle of tequila out of it, turns to look, and there was an 8-foot tall gray man standing right here.
Nice.
Saw him twice actually, and then she runs up to the bar all scared and stuff like that. We didn't really know who he was or what he could be associated with until actually our Ghost Adventures episode. When the medium who came in the building, she said that's what Anthony looks like, and Anthony's one of our more resident, not dark, but territorial spirits. He likes his space. We should go check out his space.
So he does have his own space.
He has his own space in the building.
Okay.
And we specifically refer to as his closet that he hangs out in, but at night he does wander and move around.
Okay, cool.
So we'll probably run into him tonight. So it's a couple of times.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. Ooh, it's definitely getting cold. So at least not with like a bunch of people and flashlights and on tours. The room we're in right now is the RO room. We'll go to Anthony's room here next. It's a big filtration room. There are ice machines that might go off tonight. It's a good scare for everybody. Everyone's like, it's just an ice machine going off. It's not the end of the world. Right here though is kind of interesting. You said you heard footsteps. On Ghost Adventures, this is where Zach was actually run up on. They caught the footsteps on camera, and right there is where Aaron was scratched. Myself though, we did an investigation here. It's been about a month now. We were in a room over here. I thought I heard a device we were using in this room going off. I walked out of that room, turned to the right, and just next to that second ice machine right there was about a 6-foot tall person who turned and looked at me. It was the first full-bodied apparition that I've seen here in the building. I've seen shadow people a good deal. That was not normal, that's just something shutting off, so that wasn't anything creepy. But that was the first full-bodied apparition I've ever seen here in the building, and that was said about a month ago, and it's ever since we've been doing these tours, we come back here after them, the stuff is churned up. Things are moving around and ready for us. So
as you do more, does the building get more active, or does it get less? It gets more active.
Definitely more active, and we notice too, it kind of calms down as Friday, Saturday, Sundays when we're not back here, or Friday, Saturdays when we're not doing tours back here. But once we kind of start doing them, it starts to ramp back up again. Okay. Our theory is that they're used to us not being back here, because this is kind of more of like a brewery space. So they're here from 4 a.m., 5 a.m., sometimes as early as 3 or 2, depending on what they're doing that day, till about 11, 12. Then it gets kind of quiet back here. You might have a couple staff coming through, getting ice, getting cups, stuff like that. But at night, there's nothing going on back here. That was an ice machine. That was an ice machine, yeah, that's an ice machine.
I saw that ice machine, but I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah, that's definitely an ice machine now. So you and I are both like, but our theory is that they're used to having this be their space at night. But when we're back here, as much as we are, a lot of it's to trying to understand what's happening, I think. But then there's also, like St. Anthony, who we're going to talk about here in a second, are wondering why we're in his space. Okay. So let's go see his room. Or part of this room. Watch that from another man. Weird, there was like a little red light. It might have been something blinking off. Okay. So, this is our 120 room. We used to have a bunch of 120 barrel fermenters in here. The largest we had here in the building, we sold them to Santan Brewing Company down the street. But this is the most paranormally active room in the building. This and the room next door we're going to go next. Okay. This room back here is Anthony's room. We can't go in there tonight. We'll just have to open the door and stuff like that. Okay. There's a small closet just behind this wall right here. We can see my hand shadow. And that is where the medium's hole is that he kind of likes to hang out. That's what he sees as his space. So we don't classify him as like malevolent or mean. He just likes his space. So what he does is he either runs up behind you, or he stands very close to you, and he moves you out of the area that he sees as his. Okay. We have a theory that we've actually been developing a lot lately. It seems that things go in waves here, so things will kind of start to pick up paranormally and then kind of drop off and then pick up. And so our thought is that Anthony or another spirit is a protagonist, or antagonist, kind of like riling things up, churning things up, things like that. And then Victor kind of comes and calms it down. And then we go to another room and the exact same wave just keeps happening. We just got evidence from another group actually in this room. We had a server using the SS method. So, the spirit box with the headphones in, blindfold on. She kept hearing, she was sitting facing this way, kept hearing the word right, which would be right where Anthony's room would be. And then she said very clearly, I heard a voice come through and say, hi there. And I was very naturally creeped out by that. The evidence we just got back, we have a little girl in this room saying, I don't like this room, it's really creepy. The full sentence, in an which is wild to get that as an EVP. Yeah. And then right after you hear the voice, yes. And I just played the video right before we were walking back here, and she goes, that's the same voice. So there's definitely multiple spirits. We were in this room a couple weeks ago doing another investigation. We've definitely heard, what we figured out is the spirits in this room are not only aware of us, but aware of each other as well. So we were guessing last week we did an investigation here, probably about 9 to 10 spirits moving around the room and speaking at the same time, which was wild.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say you kind of feel the air is getting a little heavier. We talk about it and they start asking us who we are. It's kind of my theory. So let's go show you guys the last room that we're going to be going in this evening. We'll head up around and watch your guys' steps as you come up.
And then Anthony's room, did you want to do that one last?
So we can poke our heads back there. I just kind of want to get everybody back and make sure we're all set up. Everyone kind of knows where we can go, and then we can go back there at some point. Unless you guys want to do it now, we can do it now too.
I'd really like to see that room.
Yeah, for sure, we can do that. Okay, so we'll swing back through and just kind of maybe say hi to him.
Yeah,
let us know.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, sweet. So this room we're in right now is called Twombly. It's actually named after a photographer that used this room as a studio for a long time. He's really cool, lives up in Paradise Valley now, really nice guy. It's funny because last year everyone came into this room and was like, oh, I feel totally, something just turned off.
That was the camera.
Okay. Are we good to continue?
Hang on. There's just malfunction.
All good, all good. Is that normal?
We're
for
good.
you to stuff turned off?
Not if it's recording, no.
We're good.
Good? We're good? Cool.
Okay.
Sweet. All right. So I'll kind of just restart. So the room we're in right now is Twombly, named after a photographer that used to use this room as a studio for a really long time. Really nice guy, lives up in Paradise Valley. And it was funny because last year during the haunted tours, everyone coming here, this room feels totally normal, I feel totally safe, blah, 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 blah. Exact opposite this year. The voice you just heard outside, by the way, people standing on their cars, getting ready to leave for the night. I was like, those are definitely people who are laughing and stuff. So in this room, the most common thing that we see are shadow people. Tend to be moving kind of along the walls, things like that. Because you'll see as we're standing in this room, it might even happen right now, a lot of like cars and buses drive by because 8th Street's just on the other side of this wall out here.
Okay.
So you'll see the shadow, the headlight sliding on the wall, the shadow sliding with it. We've all seen it so many times in our lives. But in here, there will be people that don't move, like shadows that don't move with light. They move against light or they just kind of stand still. It's a jarring thing. It happens pretty quick. We were in this room during another investigation, and this is really alarming to me because we have a story that happened in this building we don't tell on our tours because it's really sad. What happened is about 1909, it was like late January, a young boy was climbing a power pole that we had here. It was one of the manager's sons. He was not paying attention, reached his foot down and hit the electrical wire, got shocked, and actually got held up on the pole for about 30 seconds or so, and then fell to 50 feet to his death.
Wow.
We don't tell that story. It's just a really sad story. People had a lot of trouble separating themselves from listening to that story. We were in here last week doing, using an ovulus, and we kept getting the words like above, roof, ceiling, power, pole, cord, young. So it was like, something we've never even tried to communicate with, like a spirit we haven't tried to speak to, was speaking to us. Okay. And then we were getting all sorts of different names in this room. We got Old German, we got Spanish in this room as well coming through. We've heard a lot of conversations happening in here. And so this room has really picked up activity a lot, specifically in the last about 8 to 9 months. And we don't know why, which is really fun, but at the same time, very alarming. Because I don't know. Other rooms we kind of know who we're talking to, or at least we think we do. This room we don't know who we're talking to yet. We're still trying to figure that out. We've got the name Derek a lot. We've also got the name, what was the other one? Bobby Robert, kind of a mix of the two. So your guess is as good as mine who we're talking to. So yeah, and then the back there was a little hallway. I don't know if you guys want to. It's just a hallway with a bathroom at the end of it. It's not very interesting.
Doesn't have anything?
Not really. It's just kind of an extension of the space that we're in right now. But we can go into Anthony's room if you guys would like. Say hi. Okay, cool. Just to let you know, it is not a guest-facing place by any means. It is a definitely mechanics workroom, if you will. This grate will make a lot of noise when you step on it. So just FYI. Okay, I really don't want to do this because I can already feel him moving around. It's gonna be happening. All right, Anthony, we're gonna come inside now. There are some props in here, so don't freak out. There's a little guy standing right here. It's the haunted tour prop. Just I don't want you like to pan the camera. We're like, oh God. So that's what we believe to be Anthony's closet in here.
So that would be the more active area.
So this is an area, so yeah, this is, I don't know if anybody watched our Ghost Adventures episode, but right where this little cask is sitting was where the medium was standing when the black ball came and flew out around her on the thermal. We were in this room, myself and another investigator, and we actually watched a white light float down this room here into here, turned, floated completely around him, up the wall, and then out that window right there. There's no way a reflection could do that.
No.
And he's done a lot of stuff, and he's like, I've never seen anything like that. So yeah, this room is really Anthony's kind of room. This is what we declare as his space at all times. Of course, this is where we store all of our haunted tour stuff. So we're in and out of this room. But we do tell the guides and the people who are helping with the tour, make sure you say hi to Anthony before you come in, because this is his.
Okay.
Which is fun.
Does he like it if people stay in here with him?
It all depends. So we've noticed if during the daytime, this room feels the heaviest. We think this is where he hangs out during the daytime and before, but at night he starts to roam.
Kind of roam?
And starts to kind of go see what's going on in the building, who's here, things of that nature. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, we'll leave this door open here tonight if anyone wants to come in here. And obviously, it's just a it's a workspace.
We'll definitely come in here.
Yeah. Oh, I figured for sure.
I'll probably have Isaiah and I sit in here with a spirit box or Ovilus or something.
We've done that before. So we were in this room. Our very first investigation of the building, actually. We're using spirit boxes, myself and two mediums. They asked if anybody in the room knew my name, and 3 different voices said Carter.
Oh wow!
And then they started having a conversation among themselves. So
Okay.
we definitely know there's a lot of people in the building. We believed at one point there was 7. Now we're starting to think there's a lot more. Just the more we could do these, we're getting a lot more voices coming through. The Ovilus go off way more than it should. We're getting like spirit box. Last week when we were trying to use it, you literally couldn't hear. There were so many voices talking, which is bizarre. I've used spirit boxes before. You hear maybe one phrase over a 3-hour period or 2-hour period or whatever. This one was definitely like, it was just constant words. It was pretty cool, but scary, but cool at the same time.
Yeah, we definitely have a sort of magnetic pull towards the darker things.
Well, that's where he would be. I don't want to really call him dark, just territorial. He just likes his space. And
Like-
Anthony, are you in here? We're gonna be spending the night with you. We heard that you're territorial in this room. Can you show me that you're in here? Oh, that's Carter.
Yeah.
I was like, who is that? Is that
Just
Carter?
me, just me. Hanging out.
Because this room, to me, it feels like something that's in here is gone now.
That's a
I know.
really common thing that we get at the start of investigations. Is someone they were here but they're gone.
Yeah, I don't
They
feel.
moved somewhere else.
I don't feel anything in here. I did feel something in the barrel room, but I don't feel anything in here. And you said as the night goes on, will he come back?
He tends to move around the building a lot at night. So what we've noticed is the rooms that we're in right now seem to be his, I don't want to say like domain or reign or whatever word you kind of want to use to describe it, until about 2:30 or 3, and then it expands to the entire building. Only because they said the first time we did an investigation here, it's like 3 years ago now. I was turning some light switches off right by where we were first walking in, right where we were kind of doing that interview in the lights, right before we started kind of walking in the dark part.
Okay.
Just, turning lights off, doing my closing stuff, ready to go home for the night. I would have bet you $1 million someone charged at me from the right side. I saw a shape out of this corner of my eye. I felt wind. I felt like the pressure moving. I jumped. I thought it was one of the brewers, scaring me because it's like 3:34 in the morning. They're sometimes starting to show up for work at that time. So I kind of jumped. I was like, dude, come on. And there's nobody there. Didn't turn off any more lights. Didn't do anything. I ran out the closest door and I just jogged around the building to my car. And my boss called me the next morning. He's like, were you gonna turn the lights off? And I was like, no, dude. Something ran at me. And no, man, I was out as fast as I could get.
Have you gotten vocals here, like out loud voices?
Yes.
Because that's something that we get a lot, like with territorial spirits. Where we were at the train depot in Globe, and I had my back turned towards a room, and as clear as day, I heard a voice like right about that far behind my head. It goes, "Get out."
Yeah.
Did you get that?
We haven't gotten like get out or anything. A lot of what we hear in this building is, it sounds like a muted conversation. So it sounds like a conversation. So say if we were sitting here, there's people out like in our room over here, you would be able to tell they're talking, but you're not hear what they're talking about. And then you go out there and there's nobody talking. But then it seems like that conversation has moved somewhere else. So it's almost like the spirits are having conversations and they're just like, oh, those guys are coming. Okay, whatever. Exactly, we're going to talk over here. So it just kind of depends. We have heard a couple things that are auditory, but a lot of it tends to be softer. And a lot of it's really hard to make out. We don't have like clear stuff like that, but EVPs and stuff, yeah, we have a lot of those going on. So, who knows? You guys maybe bring something special out, so we'll see. Like, my thing here is we're working with them. We want to respect them and be as kind as we can to them because it's their building, it's their space. It's here before us. They'll be here after us. And a lot of it is, too, is that, again, with now we're coming into contact with spirits we haven't met before. It's now trying to figure out who they are. My goal is, like, not only, A, I want to figure out who they are just because I'm interested, but B, so we're telling your stories correctly. So some of the names are starting to come through, and so if we catch anything cool tonight, we catch a new name, I'm going to try to dig into the history. I'll be on newspapers.com tomorrow. Just let's see what we can dig up on them. So sometimes we find stuff, sometimes we don't. But it's just always...
Okay, so right now we are heading back to the back of the brewery. Most of the activity happens. We're going to start communicating with the spirits that are in here. Carter, where's the quieter room?
Quieter room that we have is going to be basically once we get around this corner here. You can see that red light orange in this room. You can see the bug lights on right there.
Okay.
Either one, we start going back there, it's going to start getting quiet. I'm going to turn this back.
Right now I'm turning the millimeter on. Right, if there's anybody in here that wants to communicate with me, my name is Chris, and I am here to talk to you and get your story, get your name. Hey Carter, this millimeter is going up to a 0.5. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah, look, 0.5.
All right.
0.4.
That grate is right underneath your feet right there. You can step on it, by the way, so that's just going to be really loud. You can step on that grate.
Let's go into that.
It's already, yeah.
0.4. Oh, 0.6. Okay. Anthony, we heard you like to wander around here at night. Are you out and about in the brewery? You know who Carter is. Is there a vent right here?
Yeah.
Okay, because this just got really cold up here all of a sudden. I was like, okay, is there a vent over here?
An old AC unit, so the ductwork is still in place, but there's no AC unit in there.
This jumped up to a 0.7 and then it just went away. Happens down there.
I mean, it's just an extension of this space, so they might be happening over there.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a feel for the building.
Yeah.
No, that's not on. If it says busy, you just have to hold the button down longer. Okay. Anthony, are you around here? We heard that you don't like people in your space. You're territorial. Can you give me a sign of your presence? Show me that you're here. I'm going to head in your room. What? Who's the spirit of the little girl that roams around this building? Are you in here? Because some people don't think you're the spirit of a little girl. Hey Carter, this room definitely feels different now. I said this room feels different now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a reading in here. I'll check those later too and see if like we caught anything in the flashes.
That's kind of was like my idea. Same thing. I just felt like whatever something was in here, it's gone now.
Yeah, I noticed that
Like
once
as we
everybody
all
came
walked
in,
it went this way.
there's Isaiah.
Hopefully it
What was
found
that?
Isaiah and
Oh.
ran past him. But
Yeah, Isaiah, did you feel anything? I know it feels.
It felt a little intense when I walked through the barrel room, though.
Did it?
Yeah.
I noticed when you have less people, it just feels different. I don't know if that's just having less people in a dark room, or if it's just that way they communicate more.
we can try to split it up. You guys want to? You guys want to be like in the room for a little bit? I can leave some of these guys and leave some of them here. Just kind of start.
Now, in this part of the video, we are going to begin to use our SB7 Spirit Box. Now, what we post on the screen is what we think we are hearing through the SB7 Spirit Box. If you think you are hearing something else, write in the comments what you think you heard.
That say thank you.
That's it, thank you. That's it, thank you.
Was that in the same voice that it said Sophia?
That sounded like it was in the same voice that said Sophia. Hey, Carter. I got a name for that little girl. Sophia. Sophia? It said Sophia to the spirit box. Anthony, if you're in here, can you call us in? I did something that said yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it said yeah.
I did hear that.
I've done it. I've done it. I've done it.
That's just is gonna go. Anthony, what are you trying to tell us? How many spirits are in here with us right now? That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I heard. So there's 20 spirits in here. Can you tell me their name? Can you tell me their name? Can you tell me their name? Does it say hello? Sophia, is that the name of the little girl? Anthony, are you back in this room? Back in this room? Back in this room? Does it say hang on?
Yeah.
I saw it, it said hang on.
Something just ran up right behind me. I heard the footsteps.
Really?
Yeah. It actually caused me to I totally flipped him out.
I watched you on the camera, but I thought you were just watching the steps.
No. I definitely felt someone run up behind me.
That's what I thought I heard was Anthony. Anthony, did you just run up on Carter? No, we heard this is where you spend all your time, Anthony. What did that just say?
I couldn't make it out.
Anthony, did you just run up on Carter? Whoa, did you hear that voice?
Yeah.
It sounded like it said I did, but it was a dark voice. You heard that voice,
Yeah.
right? That was a cool voice. It was all I did. What? Want to take a picture of it?
Yeah, here and there. Yeah, here and there. Yeah, here and there.
I'm the one that's doing all weird.
Oh man, I haven't run up on that. Like that's been a while since he's done that.
So Anthony, I heard that you don't like people in your space. I want to know that you're here. Can you run up on me? I want you to run up on me right now. Can you do that for me? Can you push me out of your room? Let's say you're crazy.
Yeah, it sounded like a little kid too.
I'm feeling it in there. Oh, I did. Anthony, are you avoiding this? Anthony, is that you? Are you telling me to back up? Wait? That just said wait. Evil? That sounded like it just said evil, didn't it? What did that just
To me, it sounded like it said evil in a different voice.
That was weird. Why did you say evil? Are you evil? Well, we're here to talk. So why don't you come out and show yourself? What did that say? What did that say? What did that say?
That one said, "Give me a second."
I want to see you. Can you show yourself? Right in that doorway right there?
You guys want to bring Peyton over? He's one of our servers. I wanted to see if he can get any interactions as well. Just to see if we can bring in like a different person, see if they start interacting with him because they're already interacting with him.
It just said evil twice. And then I said, why don't you show yourself? And it said, give me a second. I'll talk.
Okay, well let's see if he's out.
You want to try it? Here's the spirit box.
I'm gonna go pop over with the kids over here.
Alright, do you know the guy that's standing on the right of me? Can you say his name for the spirit box? That's someone that said evil again, didn't it? You know who's standing on the right of me?
It's gone quiet.
What?
It's gotten quiet.
It got quiet all of a sudden. It was popping up a storm, and all of a sudden you came in and was like, oh, what's up? You want to walk in there and see if he'll say something to you? What did I just say? Anthony? Yeah. Anthony, we're bringing somebody back. Anthony, are you back in this room right now? If you are, we heard that you're territorial. Can you push us out of here? Can you push one of us? Anthony, how come you got quiet all of a sudden? That said something that was faint. I could hear something that was pretty quiet. Where are you? Are you hiding from us now? It did. It was talking up a storm and it stopped. It was answering us with a question. Do you want one of us to stay in the room by ourselves?
If so, can you tell us who you would like to stay?
My name is Chris. What is your name? Did you say me?
I couldn't make it out. Oh.
What?
I just got something breathing on the back of my neck.
Did you?
Yeah.
Anthony, did you just run up on Isaiah? Did you accept my challenge? Are you going to push one of us? So I just said yeah. It sounds like you said yeah. Listen, wait. Ready. Ready? Are you ready? Where are you? Are you in here with us or did you move to another room? Is there a different part of the building you want us to go in? Alright, I'm going to move. How about it? Has it disappeared? That was a soft voice in Spirit Box. Real quiet. Alright, you want to meet us in here? Is everybody in here with us? Sophie, are you in here? That was a dark sound. What's that? He just said my name.
It said his name.
Did it?
He said, "What's my name?" He said, "Peyton."
Are we talking to Anthony? I noticed like once I came over, it stopped talking.
What is my name?
That was really weird. Out of the corner of my eye, it looked like someone was standing over there. Can you physically interact with one of us? What did that just say? To me, it sounded like you were telling us left or straight.